According to the official compilation of codes, rules, and regulations of the State of New York, Title 14, Department of Mental Hygiene, Chapter...
Oh my gosh, blah, 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 blah. She hadn't even gotten to my rights, and I'm already falling asleep.
How do they expect me to understand any of that? I bet we can do better job of explaining all of this in real language.
I do too. What do you guys think?
Of course. Yeah, sure. We can.
Let's do it.
Yay.
Let's do it.
What comes to mind when you think about your rights?
First of all, when we say you have rights, we are talking about what you can do and how you are treated.
And no one can take your rights away just because you have a disability.
Not without telling you why your rights are being taken away. And not without telling you how you can get those rights back.
Everyone has the same right to be respected no matter what your race.
Religion.
Age. Whether you're a man or a woman.
No matter if you are gay, straight, bisexual, or haven't made up your mind yet, you have the same right to be respected no matter your health.
Or your disability.
Health and safety comes first. When an agency is trying to keep you safe.
If you need help getting your rights met, staff have to help you.
Or have a really good reason why they don't, and they have to put their reason in writing.
You have the right to be told what your rights are.
What are some more of our rights?
Some of the rights we've just discussed are: no one can take away your rights just because you have a disability. If you have any rights taken away, someone has to tell you why and how you can get those rights back. You have the right to be respected no matter your race, age, religion, gender, sexual preference, health, or disability. You have the right to be told what your rights are. You have the right to have help getting your rights met. Your health and safety comes first, and if you get services from an agency, they have to help you make sure your rights are not denied.
I have one. You have the right to have a clean place to live, work, and go to program.
You have the right to be free from discrimination or abuse at all times, no matter what.
No one can punish you physically. No one can hit you, shove you, or put you in a timeout room.
No one now.
No one can take advantage of you.
You have the personal right to know what's in your file and who has access to your files.
You have the right to have an individualized plan that teaches you things you need to know so you can have the best life possible.
You have the right to help create your ISP so that suits your needs.
You have the right to have support staff who are well trained in the skills they are supposed to help you with.
You have the right to have staff treat you with respect.
Some of the rights we've just discussed are: a clean and safe place to live, work, and go to program. Being free from discrimination or abuse of any kind, no matter what. No one can punish you physically. No one can take advantage of you. You have the right to know what's in your file and who can look in it. Your individualized service plan should include things that suit your needs and allow you to have the best possible life. Your support staff should be well trained and treat you with respect. What are some other rights you can think of?
You have a right to learn about sex.
You have the right to birth control.
You have the right to choose whether or not to have a child.
You have the right to be sexual in any way you like, as long as everyone involved is able to give sexual consent and you don't hurt anyone.
Some of the rights we've just discussed are the right to learn about sex. You have the right to use birth control or decide to have a child. When having sex, everyone involved has to be able to give sexual consent. You have the right not to be hurt during sex. You have to have sex in a private place. What are some other rights you can think of?
You have the right to practice your religion of choice in the way that you choose.
You can also choose not to practice a religion.
You can register and vote in elections and can participate in civic activities like donating your time to a soup kitchen.
Or volunteering at a nursing home.
Helping out at an animal shelter.
You are entitled to use your personal money and receive information about your finances.
You are entitled to meals that are served at normal meal times.
And no one can keep food from you as a punishment or make easy for staff.
You have the right to clothing that fits and clothing for different seasons and activities. You have the right to own your own personal hygiene supplies.
You have the right to privacy when you sleep.
When you are taking a shower or a bath or going to the toilet.
You have the right to have a safe place to put your personal things.
You have the right to be involved with discussions about where you live. You can ask to live somewhere else, a different residence or a different room, but a different place to live may not be available.
You can receive visitors at a reasonable time and have privacy when someone visits you, as long as it isn't a problem for other people living in your home.
You also have the right to communicate freely with anyone inside or outside of the place you live.
You can express your concerns to the head of the agency, OPWDD, and anyone else in the agency without worrying about getting in trouble for speaking up.
Some of the rights we've just discussed are: you can practice whatever religion you want or not practice a religion at all. You can register and vote in elections. You can volunteer your time. You can spend your personal money and get information about your finances. No one can punish you by not feeding you, and your meals should be served at regular meal times and not when it's convenient for staff. You should have clothing that fits, enough clothing for different seasons, and your own grooming and personal hygiene supplies. You have the right to privacy when you sleep, take a shower or bath, or use the toilet. You have the right to a safe place to put your personal things.
You have the right to decide how you want to be treated at the end of your life.
You get to decide who you want to make health decisions for you.
In case you're too ill to make those decisions for yourself.
You can also decide if the doctor should help you if your heart ever stops.
You have the right to choose your doctors and get a second opinion.
You have the right to have your health explained to you in a way that you can best understand and in a language you best understand.
And no one in humanity don't need.
Some of the rights we've just discussed are: if you're dying, you can choose how you want to be treated and who will make decisions about your health care if you're too ill to do it yourself. You can get a second opinion from a different doctor. You have the right to have your health care explained to you in a way you understand and in a language you understand. No one can give you medication you don't need. What are some other rights you can think of?
No one can take rights away from you as a way to punish you.
You have right to be told the agency in the policy.
You can't be denied services because you don't speak English.
If you have any limits placed on any of your rights, staff have to put them in writing. And you have the right to know how long the limits will last.
Even if someone is a legal guardian, you still have civil rights that cannot be taken away from you.
You have the right to work with staff who know what your rights are.
You have the right to vote.
To practice a religion.
To get married.
Some of the rights we've just discussed are: you cannot have your rights taken away as a form of punishment. If your agency changes any policies that affect you, you should be notified. Your services should be in a language you speak. Staff should know what your rights are. Any limits placed on you have to be put in writing, and you get to know how long the limits will last. Your civil rights can't be taken away from you, even by your legal guardian. You have the right to vote, to practice religion, and to get married. What are some other rights you can think of?
And remember, with all of these rights come responsibilities.
You shouldn't hurt other people.
You should follow the rules of your program.
You should tell the staff what you need.
You should speak up at your planning meeting and tell your team what you want.
If you don't like your service plan, speak up and tell them that you would like that plan to be changed.
With rights come responsibilities. What are some responsibilities you can think of?
So I have all these rights and all of these options, but I'm not so good at making choices.
How I know I make the right choice?
Some are easy and some are hard.
Like chicken or pizza.
If I choose to eat pizza, I might get heartburn.
Then I learned that pizza upset my stomach.
But staff can't tell me not to eat pizza. It's my right.
Do I date Mary or Anna?
Why not make the wrong choice?
I learn from my mistakes and I learn what I want from a relationship.
Staff still can't tell me not to date someone. It's my right.
Remember,
know when to ask for help. Remember.
There are no guarantees in life. Sometimes you just have to take a chance. Remember.
If you make the wrong choice, don't sweat it. Learn from it and remember.
You can choose one thing today and the other thing tomorrow. Just don't sit there.
Make a choice just by choosing something. You'll feel better.
Don't let fear stop you.
And above all,
choose something.
The best way to make a choice is to think through what some possible outcomes will be of that decision. Learn from your mistakes if you make one. And don't let fear stop you. Choose something. It's your right. I'm really impressed. You know a lot about your rights. Remember to speak up and advocate for yourself if you believe anyone is trying to limit your rights.